As an international human rights defender, I said the Sri Lankan government has targeting and taken several decisions recently marginalized and discriminate of Sri Lankan Muslim community. Cabinet proposes some of the decision and the government regulations that from the outset discrimination against the country's Muslims community, which make approximately 9% of Sri Lankan's population. We can see there are several decisions and the proposals targeting Muslim community. For example, the anti-Muslim violence over the consecutive years we have been recorded from Sri Lankan Muslim Life Matters over 5,400 incidents against the breach of their civil and political rights, and also the forced cremation which had a discriminatory impact on Muslim victims of COVID-19. And also I can mention the cabinet proposal to ban the burqa and the niqab, the face veil, on 13th of March 2021. You can see the Sri Lankan's cabinet Minister for Public Security announced that he had signed cabinet papers seeking the approval of Cabinet of Ministers to ban wearing face covers that cannot be removed in public upon request, including the burqa and the niqab. The ministers claimed that it directly affects national security and that it was a sign of religious extremism. A ban effectively target and marginalize women who choose to wear the face veil according to their religious belief. And also I can point out the cabinet proposal to ban madrasas. That means the ministers also stated that government plans to ban more than 1,000 madrasas. That means Islamic education institutions that are operating outside of the national education policy. If authorized, the move would almost certainly amount to discrimination solely on the ground of religion and may also violate the freedom of manifest religion or belief in worship, observance, practice and teaching as provided by Article 18 of the ICCPR. And also I can point out the mandatory scrutiny of all Islamic religious books arriving in the country. For example, the Sri Lankan customs began seizing Islamic religious books shipped into Sri Lanka from as far back as June 2020. According to the instruction provided by the Ministry of Defence from 5th of March 2021, Islamic books brought into country through the airport will only be released upon approval from the Ministry of Defence, which scrutinized and reviewed the books as part of its counter-terrorism measures. Also, new regulation issued under the Prevention of Terrorism Act, that means PTA on re-radicalization of people from holding violent extremist religious ideology since 12th March 2021. This is almost so-called de-radicalization, rehabilitation and reintegration centers regulated under similar legal provisions have in past been rife with serious human violations such as torture or other ill treatment, including sexual and gender-based violences. Meanwhile, we believe these regulations may be used disproportionately target to broad group of Sri Lankan Muslim community since Easter attack. The new regulation under the PTA, the regulation intend to refer people who have surrendered or have been arrested on suspicious of an offence under the program. Therefore, we call for the PTA be repealed and for the government to end its use immediately. And also the Gotabaya Rajapaksa's manifesto of One Country, One Law is a move to implement uniform law. Subsequently, the manifestation of such a legal system will result in repealing all personal laws and religious laws in force in Sri Lanka, but targeted Muslim personal laws, especially the MMDA, Muslim Marriage and Divorce Act. It's transparent because of the Galagoda Athiñanasara, the Secretary of General of Podabala Sena, a radical Buddhist monk, an ex-convict, is appointed to lead the task force. He is known to have provoked anti-Muslim violence over the last decade. In 2018, he was convicted on charge of contempt of court with 6 years imprisonment and released in 2019 on presidential pardon. And also the government team and the task force are highly working to repeal the MMDA, which is one of the key part of the Muslims practicing marriage and divorce, and all the day-to-day lifestyle was it. Day-to-day life will be suppressed and oppressed if the government was without uplifting MMDA starting to repeal and dismantle this system. So we can say the government is targeting Muslim community to their proposals and their decisions. Thank you.